So you end up hiring him to do what?
I didn't hire him. I asked him on Facebook if he'd like to volunteer on my project, and he was very excited about it.
This is the plaintiff, Mark Bloom. He says the defendant was a friend of his, and she contracted him to be her cinematographer for a 20-minute comedy project she wanted him to film for her. Unfortunately, the woman knows nothing about the business. He worked like a dog for her, and she owes him $2,500, which she refuses to pay. He tried to be a good guy to the defendant. He did an awesome job for her, and he deserves to be paid and is suing her here and now. This is the defendant, Lorraine Vizella. She says she produced, directed, and wrote an indie short film, and the plaintiff volunteered to work on it. She promised to provide food, but never promised to pay anyone anything. The plaintiff became upset when he found out she gave someone some gas money. He became crazy, sexually insulting, and she certainly doesn't owe the plaintiff a penny. She's accused of having creative differences.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Mark Bloom, you are suing Lorraine Vizella for $2,500 that you believe she owes you for work that you did that she didn't pay you for. Tell me what happened.
Your Honor, about a year and a half ago, Ms. Vizella came to me with an idea for a project, just a basic outline of what she was...
What was your idea?
It's called Serial Daters with a C. It was a comedy about dating based on true stories. I'm a writer, a mother. I do stand-up comedy now and everything. And it was based on that. My script is registered with the Writers Guild.
Okay. So you end up hiring him to do what?
I didn't hire him. I asked him on Facebook if he'd like to volunteer on my project, and he was very excited about it.
Okay. Does anybody have the actual Facebook? Did you say Facebook?
Yes.
Facebook posts?
No, ma'am, but I do have 6 pages of testimony, texts, that I'd like to give you.
Between the two of you?
Yes, ma'am.
I like to see it on a telephone. That way, it's not just what you chose to give me. It's everything that puts it in context.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Were you supposed to be paid from the beginning? Like, was it always an agreement?
We agreed on $500, of which
Do you have a contract?
We had a verbal contract.
That she's denying existed.
And in this...
That's where a written one comes in handy.
Well, in this 6 pages of text, she agrees she owes me the money. She says she'll come and see the video so she can see any adjustments that need to be made to the editing that I did. Because I not only acted as cinematographer, I was lighting designer, editor, colorist, post-production sound design, location manager. I graduated from Emerson with a bachelor's degree in television and film.
So why are you doing this for $500?
She was a friend. I thought it would be...
A friend? I thought you guys met through...
No, he's doing it for free, Your Honor.
Through
free.
I know that your version is he's doing it for free. We'll get to the bottom of that in a second. My question is, I thought you two didn't know each other before this.
No.
We became friends.
I know, but you agree to do it at a certain price before you become friends, right? Because the agreement...
Facebook, right.
Right.
Absolutely.
So you didn't do it because you were friends. You didn't know her.
Well, I did it for $500 because we became friends through Facebook.
Okay.
And I figured, okay, she's
What are you, 10? I mean, is this your line of business, or is this what you do for a living, or this is what you do as a hobby?
This is what I do for a living. And I figured because she was just starting out, it was a 20-minute short that she was shooting to submit to film festivals. I figured it wasn't going to take a lot of time, effort, or energy on my part.
Have you got the text in your phone?
I just have to scroll back to that.
Thank you.
Do you want the printout as well of those texts, which lists her phone number, and I did highlight for you, Judge.
Hand that to my bailiff. When did you guys start working on this?
I put a post back in August, I believe, and I was saying that I was looking for volunteers for the project, and I never talked about any kind of money. I started filming in September, October, November. Christmas came, you know, November comes the holidays. So I took some time off because family and friends and so forth. So after the holidays, I tried to reconnect with him to start, get the project back because we were having all kinds of issues and so forth. That's when he, all of a sudden on the phone, he wanted to create my project. Started offering his creative this, that, the other thing. I said, this is my project. I said, can you just release my film? So then all of a sudden the phone conversations from him, because he was creepy, all of a sudden said, I have my lawyer on the line, I'll call you back. So I texted him, I said, listen, I just need my film at this point. Going back and forth with you, these crazy stories, lawyer, this was supposed to be fun.
What crazy stories?
Just like he's wanting money from me. This was supposed to be like volunteer. Nobody exchanged money. It wasn't about money. It's about food, copy, and credit to promote my friends who worked hard to be part of my production, and they saw the vision of my creativity to make this and put it into independent film. This guy started making up all kinds of crazy stories, trying to extort money from me, and he says this is his career. He's disabled. He's not supposed to make a lot of money. He started telling me stories about how he drives for a pizza place and gets cash, and he's a fraud. A big-time fraud.
Excuse me,
and he's
Your
trying
Did you
to.
end up getting the film or no?
He didn't give it to all of me. No, not all of
Did
it.
he give you parts of it?
Parts of it he did, yeah.
And does he represent that he gave you all of it?
Yes, he did.
And you represent that there's stuff missing?
Yes.
Okay, I've now gone through on your sheet where stuff is typed with no dates and no time. I am doing nothing till I have $500 cash in hand. I will sit on your tape. I need to move on. I need to make some money. So work on getting yourself together, then call. Yeah, that sounds like a contract between two people before the work. This is after the fact. This proves nothing. Then, that's actually kind of
Creepy.
ransom.
Yeah.
Okay. Then she says to you, please, there wasn't an agreement about any money. It was a voluntary. Matter of fact, you have false allegations and will not hold up in court. Blah, 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 and you cannot record me without my consent. I know the law. I'm going to call 7 News investigation. I'm done with you trying to extort me. Okay, this is your evidence of a contract between you two? And then your answer, are you on your meds again? Are you off your meds again? You say to him, often don't contact me, whack job. He says, whack job, look in the mirror. You answer, what are you guys, like 10 years old? Honest to God, I have, and I look pretty damn great. Yes, sorry, I make money off my looks. You messed with the wrong woman. What are you saying? You're a prostitute?
I guess I'm guilty of feeding into the BS.
What are you saying here? Look, it's very simple. I already have several messages where you have said you will pay me. I already have several messages from you where you say you put a check in the mail. Can you show me those messages?
No, Your Honor, but I can show you the check that she stopped payment on.
Yeah,
you keep
let's see that.
referring
Let's
to
see that.
phone text messages. It was instant messaging on the computer, Your Honor.
Great. Okay, so let's see the check that she sent you. Did you send him a check?
Well, I wanted to get my film, and I didn't want to go to his house. I was scared. I thought he was going to, like...
So what did you do? You sent him a check and then you stopped payment on it?
Because I never got my stuff.
Yeah, but you can't do that. That's a separate action.
I never got it, so why should I pay for it?
What is it that you expected to get that you didn't
All
get?
my taping that he volunteered his time for, everything. I never received... I got bits and pieces. It wasn't the whole thing. Listen, I'm liable.
No,
here.
I'm not interested in sidetracking with your opinion. I want to know, what did you convey to her?
I conveyed to her $500 was agreed upon, of which...
No, it wasn't. I see it wasn't. What you did was you held it for ransom, but okay. She wrote a check. and then-
$250 would be paid to me as partial payment.
Okay.
She would receive I would receive, rather, the remainder of the money upon completion of the project.
So she sent you the $250, and then how is the project going to be completed for you to receive the remainder of the...
She was to come and view all the footage that I have shot, which I have 2 DVDs, of which the crowdfunding, one of 6 takes, is loaded into the computer right now, Your Honor.
You guys, can you just answer what I'm asking you?
Yes,
What was left to do?
Final editing and
Okay.
colorization.
All right, and did you do it?
I did not,
Why not?
because she stopped payment on the check. I
Okay.
had completed some of the scenes with color and editing and sound.
Okay. Now, according to you, you only wrote this check to be able to get the raw footage that he had.
Yeah. I just want my tape. I don't care if I have to pay for it. If I pay for the film, give him the money. I just want that back. That's valuable. My friends dedicated...
Well, but if that's the case, then why did you stop payment on this 200?
Because he never gave it to me at that time.
What day did you stop payment?
Probably, I don't know, actually.
Do you have the proof of when you stopped payment?
I don't.
Do you have the proof of when she stopped payment?
I don't
Yes,
with
Your
me.
Honor.
This guy tortured me. Like, it was like ridiculous. Like, I can't even believe that. I'm embarrassed that I tried to work with him. I really am embarrassed.
On March 25th, you text him, I can meet up with you Sunday to give you half the money, then I can come meet you to work on the film editing Monday. And then a little bit after that, you say, I need to go forward ASAP, please.
Yeah.
And then he responds, okay, Sunday, he's unavailable. So you respond, listen, now that I think about it, I need to have a disc of my filming before I give you any money. I need to see my production, so please have it in hand or email me my filming. Thank you. He says, like I said, I'm working all weekend. I have yet to print a DVD because I didn't know what I was doing with the footage. But like you said, you were going to come over on Monday and look at everything. So you can hold the money until Monday. I'm sorry you don't trust me, but of course, considering the amount of men that have screwed you over, to no one do you have trust issues with them. Okay, that sounds like a plan. I agree about the trust issues. See you Monday. Okay, hun. So Monday comes, and he gives you his address. You say in an hour. He says, okay, sounds good. What happened that Monday?
Well, I wasn't going to go there alone, that's for sure. So I had a friend of mine who's going to come with me, advised me not to go at all, that didn't want to come with me. I didn't want to go alone, and I didn't. I had a couple of friends that were going to come, and then they said they couldn't go. So that's what happened.
So if I'm to believe that there's no agreement on money before this, then why in March am I seeing you write a $250 check?
I agreed because after the fact, it was originally supposed to be for free. Then after that initial conversation on the phone where he wanted to change everything, I said, you know what, just release whatever you have and I'll give you the money. I agree. I agreed to give him the money, yeah,
So
after
then
the
why
fact.
am I here? If you agreed to give him the $500, you say, oh, the reason we're here, Judge, is because he didn't give me what I wanted. But I'm reading all the texts where you didn't go and work on it so that he could...
But that wasn't the agreement for me to go and
Yeah,
work.
but you're not saying I don't want you to work on it. Just give it to me and I'll pay you the $500. What happens is you cancel payment on this check and you never give him a $500.
No,
So
it wasn't
why are
even
you surprised that you
$500.
didn't say...
It wasn't even $500. The bottom line is...
Where is the stuff right now?
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, if somebody makes a deal, but it's vague, and it's like, hey, I'll mow your lawn or whatever, but I don't set the price, and I mow your lawn, and then I say I want to get paid, and you say you never made a deal. Do I have a right to get paid?
Well, you have a right to get paid.
How much?
Depends on the size of the lawn that's mowed.
Yeah, but so what, the judge is going to make the contract that I didn't make?
Yeah?
Is that right?
I think that they should have got a price in advance.
They should have, but they didn't. So now the question is, does the guy get money?
I think he gets something,
What does he get? Reasonable? What does he get?
reasonable amount for the job that was performed.
So the guy has to pay reasonable when it may have been that he wouldn't have paid that in the first place.
Well, then the judge has to decide that.
That's going to happen right now, going inside the courtroom.
Your Honor, sitting right here in this computer is everything that I taped, Your Honor.
All right. 500 that you're suing for is pain and suffering. There's no pain and suffering on a contracts case. And then work performed because you feel that it's worth more.
No,
All right.
ma'am.
Here's what's going to happen.
Wow. I don't even get to talk.
Are you kidding me?
I haven't said anything, Your Honor. She's been doing all the talking.
Are you kidding me?
No, ma'am. I'm not.
You're out of your mind. I'm ruling in your favor on the $500. I believe that this is a $500 case. You're going to hand her all of that document. So what she proved was a $250. I know the $250. You see? So you assume that I'm not listening. I'm listening very clearly. Let me tell you exactly what happened in this case. All right? And with all due respect to you creative types, I see this all the time. Everybody talks either verbally, sometimes I get lucky and there's a text, but nobody knows exactly what they're expecting from the other person. I can't see an iota of evidence that before the job started, you she agreed to pay you $500. But she does admit that at one point she did agree to pay you the $500. So we're past that. I also know from the evidence of this check that she wrote $250. So you say to him, and it's very clear to me from these texts, what you say to him is, this is your new agreement, $250, and then you will work on it with him and he'll get the other $250 when he's done editing according to your, which means that there's a $500 agreement. Now, if you decide, God bless you, you're free and American, you go ahead and decide it. I think he's a weirdo. I don't want to go to his apartment. I'm afraid of what might happen. So I don't feel like, oh, that's fine, but that's you changing the terms. That is not him changing the terms. So bonus for you. You don't even have to edit it, and you're still going to get the $500. Oh, happy day. Before you leave this courthouse, I'm going to have you look at that footage because I don't want there to be any other question about any footage missing, okay? So you're so willing to pay him the $500, that's what's going to happen. Verdict for the plaintiff on the $500, and you get all of their footage, which is what it is that should have happened. Okay? That's it.
So the judge finally determines that the defendant did agree to pay $500 to the plaintiff. What do you think?
I don't think I should have paid him anything.
Well, it's all right, but you apparently did agree. Because you admitted it in court.
I think it stinks because I think he's a creep and think anything he does is terrible.
You're hoping for the best. Yeah. Well, she's kind of blind to it, obviously. You don't know whether it's good or bad at this point. No question about that. I think emotions are ruling. Sorry about it. That's the judge's verdict. Now, you can go back and look at this footage.
Sure.
Okay? Good luck. Hope you like it.
Thank you.
Okay? It's right back there.
Okay.
Or will be back there in a few minutes. Now, here comes Mr. Bloom. Boy, you almost talked yourself out of a win. She was about to decide for you until you interrupted her. Do you know that?
I understand that.
Okay, let me ask you this. All the footage is there? Now, she can look at it?
It's there, it's edited, there's sound work, and that's why I was asking for the amount of money, because that's what it's worth.
Well, you didn't have an agreement for that much. You didn't have a $2,500 agreement. So it may be worth it, but you didn't make that deal with her, so you don't get it. But you're going to get $500, so you should be smiling.
Yeah, as long as she doesn't use it.
Well, who knows?
Because if she does, I have to get credit for it because it's my cinematography.
Well, she may put your name on it.
It's my lighting, it's
Okay.
my sound production, and if I don't, we'll probably
You'll
be seeing
back.
we'll
Good
be seeing
enough.
the judge again.
Okay, let's see. All right. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. Harvey, fascinating case.
Okay, Doug, look, she may have gotten the job for free, but the fact is she ratified the deal by saying she'd pay. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This is the plaintiff, Michael Curry. He says he was hired to paint the defendant's apartment, and when he returned to paint for the second day, his tools were ruined. The defendant's pit bulls chewed up the hose and handle to his spray gun. She apologized and said her husband would pay him. After the job, he showed up at her house to get the money for his ruined tool, and the rude defendant slammed the door in his face. Some people. He's suing for $149, the cost of a new paint gun. This is the defendant, Bernice Mack. She says she told the plaintiff not to leave his equipment in her apartment overnight because she has dogs and she lets them roam free in her house. He didn't listen to her. He left his stuff in her living room, and then 3 days later he returns complaining about his paint gun. The plaintiff made the decision to leave his stuff against her wishes and now wants to be paid to get new stuff? Nice try. She's accused of being a drip.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff was hired to paint the defendant's apartment. During the job, the defendant's dog ate the plaintiff's paint gun. But the defendant says she told him not to leave his stuff overnight, so tough. It's the case of the dog that showed his true colors.
Thank you, Douglas. Michael Curry, you are suing Bernice Mack for $149 that you want her to pay to replace your paint spray gun, which was damaged by her dogs, correct?
Yes.
Tell me what happened.
Yeah, so me and my co-worker was doing her apartment. On the time we did her apartment,
What does doing her apartment mean?
I painted her living room. I painted
Okay,
her whole
why
room.
did you paint it? Was she hiring
A
you to
work
do
order.
that?
No, that's my job. I work
Are you
just
the
to building.
super?
No, I'm maintenance.
All right, so go on.
We completed the bed. We completed the living room, the hallway, and the bathroom.
Okay.
The next day, we was turning back to come to do the 2 bedrooms. My coworker asked her, was it okay to leave the tools? He left his tools as well.
Where's your coworker today?
He's at work. My boss wasn't letting him leave.
Okay, do you have an affidavit from him or something? Because you can't tell me what your coworker worked out with her. I mean, that's for him to say. I need to be able to cross-examine him because she denies that happened. All right, so go on.
So we completed that part. We left, asked to leave the tools there. She said yes, left the tools there. I came back to return and finish the apartment.
When did you come back and return?
The next 2 days.
Okay, and then when you came back, what did you find?
My tools chewed up.
Okay, can I see them?
Yes.
Now, who had chewed the tools up? I presume it was not her.
The dog she had in there.
Okay, what kind of dogs does she have in there?
Pit bulls, and also I had purchased, I sent my brother over there to purchase 2 puppies from her as well.
Okay, had you purchased a puppy from her too?
Those are my 2 puppies, yes.
Oh, your brother, so the 2 puppies
The
were...
boy is his, the girl is mine.
Okay. So you know she has pit bulls. That's not some big surprise to you.
It's not.
Okay. Why would you leave your equipment there?
Because he's working in there. I do that with every apartment I work
No,
in.
I know. I know it. I know that for you, it's more convenient to leave it there. But if you know that she has pit bulls, why would you leave it there for the dogs to, what do you think, she's going to be putting a 24-hour watch on the stuff you leave behind?
No, because actually she had kennels. She got kennels in her house.
Yeah, what's she going to do? Kind of hold dog for the whole time that you feel like leaving that little thing that doesn't even, it's not like it's a you know, a backhoe. You know, it's that little thing. Why didn't your guy just take it with him?
There's a few tools. It's just more than just only this. His tools is up there, mine is up there. That was that. And I just bought this recently.
It doesn't look like you just bought it recently. It's full of paint.
Yeah, because I got to work. I did a few apartments.
Okay. So tell me about the discussion that you have with, do you ever tell them, sure, leave all your tools lying around for 3 days?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
So, guy leaves his stuff behind overnight. Is she responsible for paying for the paint gun?
No way.
Because?
Negligence on the part of the contractor.
Negligence on the part of the contractor. You buying that?
I think it's part of the deal. Yeah, she is.
She's liable because he left the gun sitting there?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you say?
Absolutely, she's liable. Take care of your dog.
Wow, I did not expect that going inside the courtroom.
I told him they went to lunch at 12 o'clock, and they were supposed to be back at 1 o'clock. They came back 2:45 smelling like liquor and beer.
Okay.
And they told me they was going downstairs to get the paint. I said, you know I got dogs. I don't lock my dogs up for nobody. I just locked them up for them to do the living room. They didn't even finish the living room. And he said, we coming right back. We coming, and that was on the Monday. And he said, we coming right back. We coming right back. And they never came back. They came back on a Thursday.
Okay, so that was on Monday. They left early, and then they come back on Thursday.
Yes.
Okay.
And he said, we going downstairs to get the paint. When they came back 2:45 when they were supposed to be back at 1 o'clock, smelling like liquor and weed. So I said, you think I'm laughing? I told you I had to be somewhere at 2 o'clock to pick up my grandkids.
Who's the lady nodding next to you?
That's my cousin. I rent my room out to her.
Okay.
And they went to go get the paint and they never came back. When they came back, it was on a Thursday.
And when they come back on the Thursday...
His thing was ate up.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to take your equipment. I'm not watching your equipment. I'm not responding for that.
Yeah, you're going to be... Let me tell you something, Mr. Curry. I understand that I've had work done in my house, and I've had workers ask me, is it all right if I leave my stuff? And they, you know, if there's a place for them to leave their stuff, then that's fine. But I'm not responsible for their stuff while they leave their stuff. I'm not, you know, I mean, that's just for your own convenience. Otherwise, take your stuff with you. It's not even that big. I don't care if there's 8 more hoses. Take your stuff with you instead of leaving it there. How big is your apartment?
Small, not
big. You know,
big.
she has to have all that stuff sitting there, and what's she supposed to do? Keep her dogs in a cage for all those days? How is this not on you?
Because actually on it.
How is this not on you?
It's on me as well. It's on her.
No, not as well. How is it not on you 100%?
It can be because her apartment is not small. And her
But
apartment
that's
is huge.
up to her to decide. See, she didn't even employ you, okay? Somebody else employed you to go in there and do your work. So it's, you know, if you can't finish it in that one day, I understand, then take everything with you, okay? But if you leave it there, you're gonna have to prove to me that if you want her to pay for that, $149, then you have to prove to me that she took it upon herself to safeguard your equipment from the dogs that live there, the 2 pit bulls that you knew live there. And you're having a really hard time proving that, telling me she told somebody else who didn't come to court today. Verdict for the defendant.
Well, the plaintiff's on his way out of the courtroom. Taking off your jacket, jeez.
Yes, I'm ready to go.
What's the matter?
Nothing. I'm just going to file again in another courtroom, but it's no problem.
All right, sorry about that. You just couldn't prevail in court today. You must sign a few documents outside. Here comes Ms. Mack, the plaintiff, or defendant, rather. Sorry about that. You're smiling. You feeling good now?
Yes, I am, because it's not I'm not liable to wash his stuff.
That's right.
I'm not responsible for that.
Did you think your dogs would eat his equipment?
They bid it.
They bid it?
Because they came back 4 days later.
Yeah?
Yes.
And they couldn't expect for the things to be right. If we say we leave the dogs out there for a reason, then he should have took his stuff with him. That's his fault.
All right, well, goodness. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Watch those pit bulls, okay? Harvey?
Okay, Doug, the plaintiff cannot file another case. This small claims court process is final and no right of appeal. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This is the plaintiff, Diaka Kamara. She says she and the defendant were once a couple, and when they broke up, he refused to pay her back for 2 loans she made to him. The guy's done nothing but string her along and play games with her. She's had it with his cavalier attitude regarding paying her back, and she's here suing him for every single cent of the $4,014.19 she's owed. This is the defendant, Jamal Merchant. He says the plaintiff cheated on him and didn't even deny it. He's a truck driver, and when he went on the road, she'd have sex with someone else. It turns out she has something called white liver, a sexual craving. Bottom line, when they were still having sex, she never mentioned a thing about him owing her money. Now, all of a sudden, she's trying to say she loaned him money? None of that is true. She gave him a few gifts. He's not about to turn down a gift. He's accused of being a user.
All parties, please, your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. These litigants were exes. She says that he owes her money. He says she cheated on him. It turns out he says she suffers from white liver, a sexual craving. It's the case of I got a hankering for some hanky-panky.
Thank you, Douglas. Diaka, is that how I pronounce it?
Yes.
Diaka Kamara?
Yes.
You are suing your former boyfriend and your, I guess, former friend, Jamal Merchant, for $4,014.19 that you say he owes you for loans that you made to him or purchases that you facilitated for him on a smart TV and a laptop.
Yes.
Wow, why so much? Because it was rent to own. Right?
Yes.
Where you get the privilege of paying triple what it's worth at the end. All right, so talk to me. What happened here?
So he had asked me to take a loan, a lease out for him. So I took out.
So he came to you and he said, can you please rent to own these 2 items for me?
Yes, because he had moved into a new house in Queens. So he needed items in his house. So I was like, okay, I can help you, but as long as you pay.
If no one has the money to buy the 50-inch smart TV, why is it that that is a necessity? No one needs a 50-inch smart TV. Why is everyone getting into you don't even have the money to buy it. Like, why didn't he just rent to own?
That's what I said, but...
No, what do you mean that's what you said? That's not what you said. You rented it...
I rented it for him.
Right, why do you need to rent it for him? Didn't you say then, why don't you do it?
I got 3 TVs already. She said she was gonna give me a housewarming gift.
Oh,
I ain't
so
turning
that
down
was
no gift.
not
That is a
according to
lie.
you alone. According
That's
to
a
you,
lie.
it was a gift.
Right, now
What we
all of a
have
sudden it's
here,
a loan.
Douglas,
It
is your
was not a
classic
gift.
boyfriend-girlfriend loan gift situation.
We've seen that a couple times.
We have. And what you say is that it was a gift.
It was
And it
not.
was a housewarming gift. Why? You guys weren't dating anymore by that point, right?
We wasn't dating, but we was just
What?
other things.
What?
Like,
What?
adult, friends.
Adult friends. Friends with
Yeah.
benefits? Is that what you're trying to say?
No,
Were you having
because
sex?
Yeah, because I mean,
Is it common for exes to have sex after they break up?
It all depends on the situation and circumstance between the 2 people.
What do you say generally?
8 times out of 10, yeah.
What do you say?
I think so too, yeah.
8 out of 10.
Ask my ex.
I mean, no.
Wow. Okay, going inside the courtroom.
All right, so according to you, you're still having sex, but you're not a couple. And then when does she say you owe me this money?
She really never said I owe her money. It's just like whenever she needs help, or if she be like, yo, you know, I take care of my family, my mother and my sister and them. Like, she's the one that really does everything in her house. If she need anything, I give it to her.
What have you given her?
It depends. Whatever. Like,
Can you name one?
Oh, like if she need a couple of dollars, I'll give it
What's
to her.
a couple of dollars?
She don't ask for much, like $50, $40, I guess.
So she'd ask you for $50, $40, and you'd ask her for $4,000 worth of electronics you can't afford.
Oh, no.
You never asked her for that?
No, I don't have to ask. I mean...
You don't have to ask. What does that mean? What does that mean?
I mean, you have some females that just like to...
Shower you with gifts?
Yeah, I ain't gonna turn it down.
You're not the kind of guy who would turn that stuff down.
Yeah, I was told you don't turn down money and food.
Well, you're quite the gentleman, I must say. So what is this about that she has an insatiable sexual appetite? And
oh, like when we first was
what is
really
white liver?
together.
You ever heard that before?
No, that one's new.
That one's new on you too?
Yeah, white liver is just like, you know, just it's a sexual craving. Like they just have to have it all the time or something. But when we were
Has he ever said that to you before?
No.
I ain't tell you in the park that you had white liver or something?
know.
Because she always would admit
No.
In the park?
Yeah, because she would
Why
always...
the park?
Because, like, we know we would take walks and talk, and she would always admit it. Like, well, you know, I feel bad. What you feel bad about this time? Well, you was gone, and I was with my friend, and I'm like, again? Like...
Wait, how many times did she cheat on you?
Oh, man, before we just called it off, about a lot.
What do you do for a living?
Who me? Oh, I drive. At the time, I was
Truck
driving.
driver?
Yeah. Well, now I'm a legal truck driver because then I was just driving box trucks.
Okay.
But I would be going from like Jersey, Connecticut, and I'd be going.
And
for
she
like
can't. She can't handle the ride from Jersey to Connecticut without cheating on you.
Yeah, for a couple of days, I'd be going for like 2-3 days, and it's like come
2 or
back.
3 days she can't. And you stayed with her after that?
Yeah, I mean, she was like a person to talk to. Like we always had good conversation.
Weren't you mad?
Nah, I'm not a jealous type person.
Wow. So during your relationship, would she buy you gifts, extravagant gifts?
Nah, she would just like always take me out to eat, you know, or if I
So
needed...
there were no electronics during your relationship?
Nah.
How long did you guys date?
For about a year.
A year? Did you live together?
No.
All right. You have kids?
Yes, I have custody of 2 of my kids.
Full custody?
Yes, 4.
Okay. So Ms. Camera, what proof do you... He says these are gifts. And the laptop too?
No, it's a desktop, not a laptop.
And was that a gift too?
Yeah. It came with the TV.
Now, according to you, you have texts from him.
Yes.
May I see it? I'd like to see it in your phone, not on paper.
So you could just go this way.
When do you buy these things, by the way? What date do you buy them?
It was on May 1st.
What's Tempo?
Tempo is the company that I took a lease from.
Okay, the rent-to-own company?
Yes.
Okay. Because in June of 2016, she sends you a text regarding Tempo. And she shows you the text message she got from them talking about sending them to collections. How come you didn't take him to court sooner?
I did, but then I dropped it.
Why?
Because he assured me that he was going to pay.
You're smirking. Why? Why did she drop the lawsuit?
And, you know, you can be a good friend at times. People get absent-minded. They don't ask for certain things.
I don't know what you're saying. Meaning
I
what?
watch your show a lot. You dig it out of people.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to rest until you spit it out. Go ahead.
As I said, like, sometimes, you know, a favor for a favor.
What are you, a prostitute?
No.
Okay, well, wait. You're saying that you owe her the money, but you don't have to pay it because you gave her sex for it? What are you saying? Come see me tonight. Come see me tonight. Is your baby mama, are you with her, the baby's mother?
Oh, yeah.
It's
hard to talk to you right now.
It is. Yeah.
I'm going to be back in here to see you.
Yeah, I don't do divorce court. You married her or no?
No. We don't even live together.
Okay.
Like, but you know, we have our.
Here's another, she sends you another text about it. All right, hold on one second. Would the bills go to him or to you?
It goes to me.
To you. So you know that they're not getting paid. Every single month, you know they're not getting paid. So why are you still meeting up with them and stuff and engaging in...
She likes it.
Clearly.
Like Mikey.
Let me see the bills from Tempo. Because part of this has gotten super large because everybody's just waiting around and nobody's paying anything. I don't understand how they don't repossess it or something. Did there come a time when you said to her, no, I'm not going to meet you, I'm not going to... Like, how did you two stop? When was the last time? Like, recently? Like, how did it stop and why?
No, not recently, not recently. I just, we just went our separate ways.
So she's not mad at you for that or anything?
I hope not.
Hey, Tempo called me. You owe $1,080. Like, you seriously need to finish with your school and pay this money. Where are the monthly payments for the computer? You don't have that here. Apparently, in March, you ended up in a payment plan with these folks, correct?
Yes.
And that payment plan is what you're suing for, except where's a payment plan on the... Lady, what is this for? The TV or the... If all of it was together, why would you owe more than this amount? Why are you suing for double it?
For the laptop, they doubled the amount.
Yeah, sure, prove that. You got any paperwork showing me that the laptop's not included in this one?
That's for the...
No, I want to know if you have any paperwork to show me a payment plan that you have entered into with the very same people for the laptop. Because the only payment plan you've shown me would, if you're entitled to anything, you would be entitled to $1,762, not $4,014. So where do you get that other amount? Do you have another payment plan that's separate for the laptop?
It would be this one here. This is a payment schedule. The day when we went to the place.
Are you trying to scam me?
I'm not trying to scam you.
But it feels that way when you show me the only agreement you have with those people. They want to wrap it all up. They're not separating electronics. Where is... This does not say just for the TV, but that's what you're telling me. And all you're showing me for something else is like the original payment schedule. So it looks to me like you resolved it with this figure, and yet you're trying to get $4 grand. That's what it looks to me like. And if I don't trust you, you've got a problem. Because then when I'm trying to figure out is it you or is it him, I'm starting to get a little uncomfortable. I don't know what happened here. I know it wasn't a problem to you for a year while you were getting yourself some. I know that. And I don't know whether it was a gift or a loan or what it was, but it's a mighty interesting loan if you never collect a penny on it and don't bother with it until you're no longer getting any. And then all of a sudden, I've got this document that says that the original creditor is resolving with a voluntary payment plan with the following, and there's nothing separating the two. So where's your payment plan on the computer?
This is the payment plan that they had when I took out the item.
That's not what I want. I want to know the payment plan you entered into with the computer. Where is it? If it's separate than this, then you would have it. Where is it?
I called the company. They said that they can't email me the item because they're sending my case to a third party.
Ms. Camera, I hope you learned a lesson, because I'm having some grave difficulty with this one. I'm ruling in favor of the defendant.
Well, the plaintiff is coming out of the courtroom. Ms. Camera, I'm sorry, but I don't know. I think the judge must have felt you were trying to pull something over on her, but she found against you in court today. You know, you seem kind of elusive, trying to avoid, or you didn't have material to show, or consequently, it didn't work for you. What do you think?
This is just wrong. Like, God see everything. That's all I have to say. God see everything.
All right, thank you very much. You must sign a few documents outside. Here comes Mr. Merchant. You know, I'm worried for you. Are you worried? You think you'll be back in court later on? You seem to have that feeling in there.
Yeah,
you didn't want that to come out in court, did you?
Nah, I'm gonna have to take her out something, make sure she don't watch people's court.
All right. Well, look, good luck. Anyway, congratulations. You know, you got off scot-free here. Okay.
Hey, it was a gift.
Okay, very good. It was a gift. That's
money,
been your story all along. It's been a gift all along. Harvey, what do you think about this?
I don't care who it is that you're loaning money to, at least confirm it with an email. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
Don't text and drive. The People's Court is a Ralph Edwards Stu Billett production.